Hello and welcome to today's episode. I'm David and Ark. Thanks for coming along. Today we're playing 6th Grade Detective by Laura Hughes. I have no idea. I've never played the game. I don't have a clue. So, it looks like this is a choose your own adventure kind of thing. I don't know. Anyway, we've got the case of the missing bike. And we can do some things. Here's show stats. Here's where I keep track of clues in the top secret notebook. Here's clues for the missing bike. You've been keeping an eye out for AJ's amazing red bike, Red Lightning, which was stolen last week. AJ has been reluctantly riding its horrible replacement, the Great Brown Ugly. AJ hates the Great Brown Ugly, but Mrs. Carver, AJ's mother, loves it and won't hear a word against it. All right, we've got some stats. We got 2.17 money. that's specifically non-specific. All right. Whether we are secret or open, corrupt or fair, respect and rebelliousness, and various relationships. We are scrupulously honest. We've told no lies. Of course, we hadn't really done anything either, so there's that. All right, anyway, we have a detective notebook and a pencil. A pencil? When was this? Okay. Anyway. Okay, so next takes us back here. I can restart, which is stupid since I'm just starting. Achievements. We haven't unlocked any achievements yet because we haven't done anything. Anyway, bunch of achievements in here. So we'll see what happens here. There's a good chance I'll forget about these achievements, but anyway. There's also a menu, which we can do some various things. Okay, so anyway, let's just get back to the game. All right. So, it's 3 p.m., the end of the school day. As you walk out into the schoolyard, you scan the bike racks up and down for flashes of red. You see 3 red bikes, but none are the one you're looking for. The person who stole AJ's bike would probably not be stupid enough to come and lock it up at school right where it had been stolen in the first place, but you never know. You walk up to rack 6G to take your 14th close look at the scene of the crime. Today there's a bike you've never seen, brown and rusty, held together with duct tape. It looks like it was built in the 1700s and has been buried under a pile of dirt ever since. The brand name, barely visible under the rust, is Schwiz, not Schwinn, but Schwiz. There's no lock on it. Whoever owns it probably... Whoever owns it should probably be told that there's a history of theft at this rack, but then who would steal such a gross, rusty old bike anyway, right? Even you don't want it, and you're bikeless. Hey, a hand rests on your shoulder. What you doing? You turn and see the smiling face of the owner of the missing bike, your best friend in the world, AJ. You've known AJ since kindergarten. A black hoodie and surly look are AJ's usual uniform. With dark hair and eyes, full lips, and a smattering of freckles, AJ was named cutest juvenile delinquent in Vitessa's secret underground gossip rag. How secret could it possibly be if you know that piece of information? Anyway. Why do you think you're such good friends? And here's where the choose your own adventure comes in, right? Like seeks like. Like AJ, I'm a rebel, a lone wolf, and no one can tame me. Ho. Opposites attract. No one would expect a squeaky clean, upstanding citizen like me to be friends with such a troublemaker. I'm the only person who gives AJ a fair shake. Everyone else is either too judgy or too afraid. I know how to keep my mouth shut, and so does AJ. We can confide in each other without worrying about our secrets getting out. We make good business partners. AJ's underground connections. This is middle school. His underground connections. Turn up good opportunities for make money. And it's not just AJ. I'm friends with everyone. I just love talking to all kinds of people. All right. I'm going to say I want to give him a fair shake. This has a very, Stand By Me kind of feel to it. So there you go. All right. So you pick a choice and we hit next. You make up your own mind about things. AJ respects your even-handed approach to life. Oh yeah, by the way, what is AJ's gender? You and AJ have been friends forever, and you have no idea if it's a boy or a girl. All right, I'm gonna say AJ's a girl. Why not? Right, she's a tough girl. While I'm on the subject, what is your gender? It's not important. Okay, I'm gonna be a boy because, you know, It's middle school. There's a chance for romance. Or something along those lines. Seriously? Okay, my name is Bobby. Why not? Yeah, it's Bobby. My name is something different. My name is Inigo Montoya. Can I put something different? I should be able to put something different. Yeah, what's my name? Okay. My name, of course, is David in Ark, because I was named funny. Pleased to meet you, David in Ark. As you examine the bike rack, AJ grins. Hey, did your parents finally cave? Did they finally get you a bike? No, you say. They still want me to earn the money on my own. She groans. Parents, am I right? I think it'll be good for me, you say optimistically. Get a head start on growing up. AJ fixes you with a sympathetic look. You really believe that line, huh? It's all about helping you learn, not just because they're cheap. Oh, I don't know, you shrug. Maybe a little cheap isn't so bad. I don't think I'd want everything in life to come easily. You keep telling yourself that, says AJ. So why are you staring at the other kids' bikes? Just to torture yourself? Well, no, it's just that, you reply, I'm doing the usual, looking for clues to the theft of red lightning. Oh, wow, you're still doing that? AJ's face lights up. If anyone can find it, it's you. I'm glad I have you in my corner. All right, what are friends for? Theft is a crime. It's not acceptable. I want to find the jerk who stole that bike and pummel him. Don't get mushy. I'm in it for the money. Okay, I'm not going to do the whole money thing. That's what friends are for. What are friends for? I want to find the jerk and pummel him. All right, what are friends for? We'll stay in the friend zone for now. AJ looks down bashfully. Aw, thanks, buddy. Okay. That's funny coming from a girl, I guess. Get out of the way, a voice snaps. You turn and you see Vitessa standing behind you with her hands on her hips. You're blocking my bike. Sorry, princess, AJ mutters. Vitessa brushes past you, unlocks her pink bike, and rides away. Evan is right behind her, waving hello to you both as he grabs his souped-up green racing bike. Sashi wanders up dreamily after that, lost in her own world, and rides off on her blue star-spangled bike. AJ leans against a tree, watches the other longingly. You decide to change the subject from bikes. I just got my own library card, you say. I'm walking down to the library now. You want to come with? AJ makes a face. You could have expected that. She hates reading, except comic books. What do you want to go there for, she asks. What year is this set in? I just want to know. What year is this? It's important to study and do well at school. No. I'd like to secretly learn as much as I can so my enemies will underestimate me. I believe in the library. Everyone should have access to knowledge. Knowledge and a Lamborghini. Anyway, also, they do a lot for the community, like classes and short story hour for kids. Where else are you going to get free books and DVDs and stuff? It's like legal piracy. It's crazy. I actually like that one a lot. All right, you can meet a lot of interesting people at the library. One time I talked for an hour with a homeless lady in the computer lab. I once advised a librarian about his love life. They have all the books the school library banned for sex, violence, and bad morals. All right, so I'm a middle schooler. I'm going to say, where else can you get free stuff? Why not? Yeah, free doesn't cut it for me, says AJ. They'd have to pay me. You know the library issue is one that you and AJ will never agree on, so you shrug. Well, I'll walk with you down to the corner. Actually, AJ looks embarrassed. I didn't walk today. I rode. You're confused. AJ doesn't have a bike, not since the theft. You look at the bike rack, and it's empty except for that horrible brown bike, which we already know that's going to be AJ's bike because we saw it in the other thing we were reading. But anyway, with the deep sigh, AJ grabs the grimy handlebars and wheels of the bike away from the wreck. That's yours, you asked, surprised. AJ looks pained, unfortunately. All right, so, ugh, it's horrible. Yikes, people saw you riding that. I wouldn't ride that bike if you paid me. Well, maybe if you paid me enough. It's nice, vintage. Just say nothing. Okay, well, I mean, you don't even have a bike, so I'd be like, yo, at least you got a bike. You know what I'm saying? We'll do the whole nice vintage thing. Why not? I know you're trying to be nice, but you don't have to lie. It's terrible, she says firmly. Mom says we should accept red lightning isn't coming back, so she dug this thing out of the basement. I think she used to ride it back in the 70s. I call it the Great Brown Ugly, and trust me, it doesn't ride any better than it looks. It's creaky and rusty, and only one of the gears actually works. I hate it so much, it's worse than walking. Well, gosh. Why don't you just walk then? You can walk with me, you point out. I'm sure if you talk to your mom, she'll understand why you want to get rid of the bike. It's awfully old. I would, but AJ shakes her head. You know my mom. She's a saint, but she's deluded. She thinks this bike is amazing. This is typical. For all AJ's bravado and petty criminal behavior, she has a soft spot for her mom. If only a thief would take this one, AJ says wistfully, that would solve all my problems. Of course, because anytime anybody takes something of yours, that solves all your problems. Don't even say things like that. Your mom will be upset. Be upfront. Tell your mom how you feel. Smash it with a hammer. Give me $20. I'll make it disappear. Okay, really, that's the option I should pick. But I'm going to say, just tell your mom how you feel. Which I know is that's bunk. That's no middle schooler's going to say that. So okay. Your mom can go soak her head. Seriously, when was this written? I don't understand. Okay. Oh, tell your mom how you feel. Who cares? No way. She wouldn't understand. And don't you tell her either. With a look of grim determination, AJ climbs onto the Great Brown Ugly. You know she's a good bike rider. You've seen her zip around on red lightning as if she were born on a bike. But the Great Brown Ugly shakes and shudders and jerks uncontrollably in either direction as she rides off. What a terrible bike. It's just you left in the schoolyard. Everyone else is ridden off. You look down at your trusty sneakers and you begin your long walk. Next chapter. I have no idea how long this is. I'm going to assume it's not very long. 3:45. That's a long walk to the library. Well, okay, technically I forgot we talked as well. So, okay. Anyway, I have no idea how long I am doing this. So anyway, okay. This will probably be a little longer video. I'm most likely going to do this in one sitting. But anyway. You can't help reflect that the trip would have taken you 5 minutes on a bike. Your first stop in the bulletin board is the bulletin board in the front of the library, which advertises local events, a children's puppet show, old movies playing at the Rialto, makeovers by Raven at the drugstore. There's even a flyer for your school's Starlight Dance. You didn't realize they advertised this far away from the school. The dance is going to be a pretty big a deal. How do you feel about the dance? I'm in middle school. I'm a guy. I don't give a crud. Proud to be old enough to go to a school that has a dance. Not interested. Go to school when I don't have to? No thanks. Can't wait to get dressed up. I'm not sure. Hope I get a date. I'm a middle school boy. I'm not sure. You have to poll your classmates to see if the majority of them are planning on going or not. You don't want to draw undue attention to yourself by your presence or your absence. There's a small blank space in the middle of the bulletin board between the flyers for a babysitter and a guitar teacher. You take a small business card from your pocket and pin it to the space. This is a middle schooler? Okay. Need a mystery solved. David and Art, private investigator. No job too big or small. Looks great. You stride into the library. Library books are organized with the Library of Congress system. What section do you visit? History of civilization, commerce, criminology, English language, periodicals, arts and crafts, writing. Oh my gosh. You know what? I'm going to comic books. I don't care. You gather a big stack of books to take out. You check them out under your own card. Who else's card would I do? Anyway, your mom took you down to the library last week to get it. On the back, you signed your name in messy printing. Mom says your handwriting looks like a third grader's, but it's no worse than AJ's. So you swipe your card, load your books, and head out. Next chapter. 5:15 p.m. Making your way down an unfamiliar alley. Why would I do that? I'm a middle schooler with a bunch of books, and I'm going to walk down an unfamiliar alley. Okay. You never walked home from the library on your own before, and you're a little mixed up. You thought this alley between Paquito's Taqueria and Hair Today Salon would be a quick shortcut to Main Street, but now you're not so sure. Alley is long, eerily silent, except for the whistle of the wind. There's no traffic here, just dumpsters. What other traffic would there be in an alley? Steel doors marked employees only, do not enter. Shadows are growing long, and your backpack is heavy, and somewhere a dog barks. The salon building ends. A chain-link fence stretches in the distance. A large red sign leads property of Hank's garage. No trespassing. Oops, sorry. The lot is a graveyard of disassembled cars, tarps weighed down with cement blocks covering ghostly shapes. A tarp billows in the gust of wind, and underneath it you glimpse a familiar flash of color. What? You stop in your tracks and wait for another gust. Yes, it's clear now. Under the tarp is a row of bicycles chained to a rack. You see flashes of narrow tires, gears, metallic frames in green and blue and red. Your heart thumps. Could red lightning be here? Holy cow. I'm a bike finder. Woohoo! Achievement unlocked. You didn't get to see that because it popped up off the screen, but anyway, I just got the bike finder achievement. You walk slowly. That's funny. That's a Steam achievement. I don't know. Okay. You walk slowly along the fence, squinting at the tarps. It's hard to get a good look. There are at least 3 bike racks under the tarps. As you get close to the padlock gates, you see a lone bike, unchained, leaning against the fence, so close you could reach through the links and touch it. You stop short and you recognize it as the Great Brown Ugly. What? You shake your head. That's impossible. You saw AJ ride off on this bike just a few hours ago. But there's no mistaking it. No bike in the world looks like the Great Brown Ugly. It's got all the same unique markings, from the rusty gears to the mildew-stained seat to the duct-tape old frame marked Schwiz. How did it get here? Does AJ know? Was the Great Brown Ugly stolen after all? And what are you going to do now? Bum, bum, bum. Okay, seriously, when does this take place? I can climb the fence, okay. I can go around to the customer's entrance of the garage like a normal person. Someone who works here must know something about this. Or I can look for a payphone to call AJ. A payphone. They don't even have payphones. What payphone? All right. Oh, I'm a nebby little schmuck. I'm going to go next and climb the fence. Oh, you hop up, grab onto the fence, swing yourself up over, shoving the tips of your shoes into the gaps. Your backpack slams heavily against your back. You forgot you have all these books. Your shoulders ache, and the metal cuts into your fingers while they grip your fence. You begin to slip. You realize you need to jettison the backpack to go any further. One arm at a time, you disentangle yourself from the backpack and let it fall to the ground. Relieved of that burden, you scramble quickly to the top of the fence, launch yourself over to the other side, climb down about halfway, and jump to safety. You're in the lot. Excuse me. I feel trapped. Heck, I just got here. Okay, I'm going to look under the tarps. I'm nosy. Forget the Great Brown Ugly. This is about red lightning. You scurry over to the tarp-covered bike racks, your heart pounding in your chest. For just a moment, your hand clasps the edge of the nearest blue tarp. Suddenly, a voice rings out very close behind you. Hey, kid, what are you doing? Get out of there! A burly man in a jumpsuit is charging towards you from the direction of the fence. The name on his patch on his uniform reads Hank. In his hand is your backpack, and behind him, the padlock gate is open. Run. What are you doing, my friend's old bike? What are you doing, my friend's bike, old man? Please don't yell at me, sir. I'm just a poor little lost child. Okay, what would I do here? I would, actually, if it were me, I'd probably run, except he's got my backpack, and that's a problem. You know what? I'm going to say I'm a lost child. Lost, huh? I'm supposed to believe that you lost your way to the other side of this fence. I know you came from over there. You left your backpack. Oh, you found it, you cried, putting out your hands. I thought I'd lost it forever. You see, I was just trying to find my way back from the library, and I got so turned around, and I saw this fence. I thought maybe I had to go to the other side, but I was so confused. Hank seems confused, too. Well, you didn't. Never climb a random fence. That's advice for everybody. There you go. Never climb a random fence. This is my property and you're trespassing. I am? Shock and dismay. You widen your eyes. Come on. says Hank. Lost or not, you shouldn't be here. I'm going to call your parents. Hank yanks on your arm, pulling you along. He leads you across the alley and through the double doors marked staff only. You find yourself inside the garage. 2 cars are parked there on the concrete floor. The hoods are open, and men and women in jumpsuits are bent over the complicated-looking metal innards. You are surprised to see a small girl with pigtails standing in the middle of all this, clutching a teddy bear. She's watching a man with a long beard work on a small pink bicycle. She looks up as Hank pulls you by. "Daddy," she cries. "And who are you?" "Hey, little girl, I'm David and Ark. Would you like to play with me?" Oh, my gosh. "Help, I'm being kidnapped. Call the police." "My name is Fudge McGillicuddy." McGillicuddy, uh-huh. I'm a wealthy industrialist." "My, this garage looks like a fine investment." "I'm your worst nightmare, little girl." Okay, so you're being dragged by... What the heck? You don't play. Hank glances at you with something of a smile, and his group loosens on your arm. "Yay," says the little girl, clapping her hands. "I love playing. Daddy, let's play with the boy." Okay. "Sorry, Annabelle," says Hank tenderly, patting the little girl on the head with his free hand. "I have to deal with this trespasser." "You always have to deal with a trespasser," Annabelle's chin trembles. "Don't cry, sweetie." Hank looks panicked. Will you give Annabelle a choco lolly? Cocoa lolly? I don't know. While I deal with this. "Ooh, a choco lolly." Annabelle immediately cheers up. One of the mechanics wipes the oil off her hands and leads Annabelle to a vending machine. Hank leads you across the floor to a door marked Henry Appleby. Hank's office is a small room with a messy desk covered in papers and car parts. Behind the desk, there are about a dozen crayon drawings signed Annabelle. Most of them are of kitties. Hank sits behind his desk and orders, "Sit down." When you move a stack of file folders from a metal... You move a stack of file folders from a metal chair and sit. "Well," says Hank, "first things first, what's your name?" "Well, given the fact I just gave my name to the little girl, I'm going to have to give my real name." "Duh." "David and Ark, huh? Let's just see." He picks up your backpack and goes through the front pocket. "No, all your stuff is there. Your detective notebook, your library books." "Hey, that's mine. Hey, that's not fair. Please, 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 can I have my backpack back? Pretty please, with cherries on top." Hey, that's mine." You make a grab for the backpack. Hank holds it away. "Easy, Tiger, before I have you restrained." Hank seems to find what he's looking for in the front pocket. "It's your library card. Of course your name is on it." And he glances at it. "David and Ark. All right, then, just checking." Hank drops the library card back into the pocket and shoves the bag across the desk at you. "Now, the way I see it, there are only 3 ways we can go here. I can call your parents, I can call the police, or you can come clean. What are you doing nosing around my private property?" "I was looking for a friend's bike. I got lost. You can't do anything to me, old man. I know my rights." I'm just going to say I got lost. That's the story that that's my story. I'm sticking to it. "Poor kid. Here, I'll give you directions. Where are you trying to go?" You ask directions for the library. It's the first place you can think of. "Anything else I can do for you while you're here?" "One of the bikes in the back belongs to my friend." "Have you seen a brown bike from the brand Schwiz? Have you seen a red bike with a lightning bolt? Out of curiosity, do you buy used bikes?" "I'm in the market for a used bike." I'm going to say, do you buy used bikes? "Sure, I buy used bikes," says Hank. He narrows his eyes. "But not from children like you. Children are little thieves. I learned that early on. If a child wants to sell me a bike, dollars to donuts, it's stolen from one of his thieving little friends. Or he's selling it without his parents' permission. So now I accept sales only from adults. If a child wants to sell me his bike, he needs to be accompanied by a parent or guardian." "Okay. Do you do many used bike sales?" "Oh, a fair number. Every day, like today?" Hank eyes you suspiciously. "I may have bought 1 or 2 pieces today. Why do you ask?" "I'm looking for a friend's bike. I'm in the market for a used bike. It's for a school project." I'm in the market." technically, telling Hank that you're in the market for a bike is not actually a lie. You would love a bike of your own. Well, that is true. I forgot about that. So there you go. And you'd be prepared to buy one, too, if you only had any money. Well, that's another story. Come into the showroom. He leads you through the door marked showroom, and it's large, open, sunny. Sunny? Well, I don't know what time of year it is, so okay, we'll say it's sunny at roughly, 5:30 now or so. Walls facing the street, entirely glass. They can look on antique cars sit in the middle of the room. Along side walls are displays hubcaps, mirrors, fuzzy dice. 5 shiny bikes are hitched to the back wall. Built or fixed up, these beauties are all in-house, Hank boasts, gesturing at the bike. First thing you notice is none of these are red lightning, of course. In fact, there's not a red one at all. But they're beautiful, and you gaze lovingly at their shiny, colorful frames. Which one do you like best? Black mountain bike with red skulls, the yellow one with a flowery basket, top-of-the-line silver racing bike, the plain beige one, the clunky, out-of-fashion one painted in 2 clashing shades of avocado green. It's an avocado. Thanks. Yeah, we're going to go with black mountain bike with red skulls. Why not? Right choice. The black one is so cool. You'd be the terror of the neighborhood on that rocket. Well, says Hank, see anything you like? How much for that black bike, you ask? Checks price tag, it reached $250. $250? You say, you check your pockets, you have $2.17. You got anything cheaper? So at least now we know the money is in dollars. As soon as our bikes are ready to sell, we put them out here, says Hank. It's what's available right now. What about the bikes that aren't ready, you ask? Oh, sure, we got a big pile of trashed bikes and parts in the back, but I couldn't sell you anything off the back lot. Some of those bikes are missing important parts. They haven't been tested for safety. Hank ushers you back toward the reception area. Don't worry, we're fixing up new bikes all the time. Come back later and we'll have a different selection. Anything else I can help you with while you're here? Oh, man. Okay. Have you seen a red bike? Well, why not? Have you seen one with a lightning bolt down the side? My friend's bike was stolen last week. A red 10-speed with a lightning bolt down the side. I know she has some red bikes under the tarp back there, and a lot of bikes are red. Hank cuts in. Just what are you accusing me of? I don't buy stolen merchandise. I'm burst into tears. Okay, I'm going to say, I don't know, but yeah, I'm sure you can read these. Anyway. I'm sure you don't mean to, but maybe there was a mix-up. Even if there was, not my problem. You're starting to be a pain in my butt. You can ask for one thing, but then you have to get out of here. So I want the brown bike. I want to look under the tarp. I want to review your sales. I want more information about your purchase. I want the black bike for free. I want a Choco Lolly. Man, what would I say if I was in middle school? I would say none of the above, really. I want a Choco Lolly. All right, so I can ask for one thing. I want to look under the tarp out back. Why not? Not going to happen. All right, well, I can ask for one thing. So I asked for one thing. It's not going to happen. So now I want... I want the brown bike. No, because it's out back. I can't. Who cares? Okay. I'm going to regret this, but what the hey. Instant karma right. Hardly anything salvageable on that bike anyway. You want it, you got it. Wow, really? You mean it? Sure, why not? You're a good friend, kid. And just maybe a good swindler. Heaven help me. You can hardly believe it, but 10 minutes later, you're riding home unsteadily on the rusted, creaking, great brown ugly. It's the worst bike you've ever ridden. At this moment, you couldn't be happier. Okay, so let's do a little prediction, right? So I think the problem is you're going to be seen on the bike, and they're going to think you stole it. 6:05, as you arrive in your familiar neighborhood. Okay, you were going to the library, didn't you? Anyway. Crickets chirp cheerfully. Your house is silhouetted at the top of the hill, a rundown old Victorian with wrought iron gate and unruly yard. You don't need to go home yet. Your mom will still be hard at work. Dad doesn't seem to notice what time it is. Dinner is usually somewhere between 7 and 9. You still have some time to investigate before either of them starts to wonder where you are. AJ's house is right here at the foot of the hill. It's a pleasant yellow house lit by bright streetlights and a warm porch lamp. Mrs. Carver's Volvo is parked in the driveway, which is a patchwork of bumper stickers. Save the Earth. Proud to be alcohol-free. This car proudly serviced by Quick Fix Motors. Baby on board. That's a very old one. And you hear the sounds of the 70s radio wafting from behind the house. You coast up to a wobbly stop on the Great Brown Ugly. It's a pretty terrible riding experience, but it's intoxicating to be able to ride around on a bike. It feels like power. It's decision time. What are you going to do with the bike now that you've got it? I'm going to give it to AJ, because what else would I do with this? Hey, where'd you get this? You knock on the front door. AJ throws open the door. Since you last saw her, she's added a 2 large leather bucket jacket to her all-black outfit. Hey, David and Ark, I was just watching the monster trucks, and suddenly her eyes land on the Great Brown Ugly. She stares in disbelief. Where did you find that? Hank's garage. Can you believe it? I have my ways. I can't tell a lie. I was the one who stole it under a bridge or something. Can I have my money now? How do I handle this? I'm just going to say here. You know what? Is it Hank's garage? What were you doing at Hank's? AJ asked. You don't have a bike or anything. Does your dad take the van to Hank now? I thought Mom had him going to Quick Fix Motors. I didn't think anyone I knew went to Hank's, actually. Well, yeah, I think my folks usually Quick Fix, you say, slightly confused by this turn of conversation. I'd never been Hank's before. I was just walking by and I saw he had bikes out back, and something told me to follow up. For a long moment, AJ stands there in the doorway, staring at the bike morosely. You've never seen anyone look so disappointed to get back stolen property. Aren't you glad to have it back, you asked? I mean, I know it's just the GBU, but it's better than no bike at all, right? Yeah, no, of course. I mean, I thought it was stolen, and then you found it. Hey, that's great. I guess it's just if I had my choice, I'd rather you found Red Lightning, but beggars can't be choosers. Thank you. It's really nice of you to find my missing property. You're really great. AJ's smile seems more genuine now. Together, you bring the bike inside. Come on, says AJ, leaving the Great Brown Ugly propped against the wall in the hallway. Let's go get a snack. Follow her into the kitchen. She throws open the fridge. And what do you want? In the fridge, you see bread, milk, lunch meat, half a sleeve of Oreos. In the fridge? Several Tupperware containers. In the crisp barrier, shapes of garden vegetables, apples in the door, condiments. There's a 6-pack of beer. Oh, yeah, let's have the beer. This is odd because Mrs. Carver doesn't drink. I'll have some Oreos. Can I have an apple? Beer me 1 extra large sandwich with all the fixings. Do you have any chips? I'm just going to have an apple. I'll take some Oreos. Nah, give me an apple. Apple me. AJ tosses you an apple and takes the Oreos out for herself. Why do you have beer anyway? Your mom doesn't drink. Oh, just a little something I picked up. You've grown. The Whips sold it to you, didn't they? The Whips are a group of rebellious kids who hang around the hill behind the school, ride black bikes with flames up the side, and vandalize school property for fun. AJ, you know I don't like you hanging out with those punks. AJ smiles sweetly. I'm reforming them. AJ polishes off an Oreo and licks the chocolate dust off her fingers. So, how did the bike end up at Hank's? Are you glad to have the Great Brown Ugly back, or should I apologize? What'd you do today? I like your jacket. It looks cool. I like your jacket. Let's steer the conversation away for a minute. Thanks, AJ grips the lapels of the jacket proudly. It's a gift from my uncle. I haven't seen you wear it before, you said. When did you get it? Oh, last time Uncle was around. You want one like it? I can probably get you one. So, are you like me? You think AJ is the one doing this? That's what I'm thinking. That'd be awesome. Not really my style. Got a connection. How much are they? That's okay. It looks better on you. You look really great. Yeah, we'll do that. Oh, geez, AJ murmurs, turning pink around the ears. I bet you'd look good too. Here, try it on. AJ shrugs out of the jacket and hands it to you. You put it on. It smells faintly of cigarettes and beer. AJ grins. You look cool. Really? You said, looking down at the jacket, which is covered with silver buckles and rivets. You feel sort of ridiculous. Here, AJ steps up and gently adjusts your silver zippered lapel. When she looks up, her face is very close to yours. You laugh nervously. You know what? I don't like this jacket after all. Thanks for your help, Mom. Oh, no. Gently brush the hair out of her eyes. Okay, yep, this is middle school. We're going to do this. AJ stares at you steadily with deep brown eyes. Your heart skips a beat. Is she flirting? You feel confused. Oh, I don't know why I'm acting this way. Could AJ and I really be more than friends? Relieved, AJ likes me back. That's amazing. Overwhelmed. I've daydreamed about this. Now it's actually happening. I don't know if I'm ready. Excited. I can't think straight. My heart's beating so fast. I want to keep this feeling going. Nervous. I want to keep flirting, but I don't know how. What if I do something wrong? Wary, I can't let myself get carried away. It's not a sure thing yet. Okay, so you're in middle school. All of a sudden happens, you kind of go, eek. All right, so there you go. Overwhelmed? I don't know. We'll say excited. At that moment, the back door opens. Of course it does. Miss Carver comes in with a strange man. You should have told me you were coming. I would have made up the guest room, Miss Carver is saying. It was last minute, says the man from around a wad of chewing gum. He slings his backpack onto a kitchen chair, pushes his shaggy blonde hair behind his ears. I just arranged the interview this morning. I got on the next bus. Don't put yourself out, Kim. I can crash on the couch. But I sold the sofa. We just have the love seat now. If you'd told me... Oh, David and Ark, says Mrs. Carver, spotting you. Darren, have you met AJ's friend David and Ark? David and Ark, this is my little brother Darren. Darren grins, a wide, dimpled, charming smile over a pointed goatee, and sticks out a hand for you to shake. Pleased to meet you. Any friend of AJ's is a friend of mine. He winks. You look great in my jacket, by the way. Pleased to meet you. You go to shake his hand, but pulled away at the last second. Finally, I meet the infamous uncle. Tell me your story. Careful, you don't know me. I might ride you blind. No, here, pleased to meet you. I was raised right. You don't have to call me sir. 21 sounds pretty old, but you're too polite. What's the deal here? Is he your boyfriend? Oh, shut up, Unc. AJ mutters gruffly, turning red. Darren spits his gum into a receipt, tosses it in the trash. He turns to Mrs. Carver. Got anything to drink around here? If you mean alcohol, we don't keep it in the house, but you can have some milk or water. There's beer in the fridge, by the way. Have you had dinner? I came straight from the bus station. How does pizza sound? Yeah, AJ and Darren cheer. Great, I'll call in an order and I'll go make up the guest room. She bustles out to the hall. She's gone. AJ hands Darren a beer. Darren grins, cracking it open. Thanks, kid. I knew you'd come through. It's going to be so awesome if you get that job, says AJ. Then you'll be here all the time. And if I can help you get out of your little... I can help you get out of your little scrapes. You know me, I'm always up for mischief. Come into the living room, says AJ, urgently motioning. The monster truck rally is on. Race you, Darren shouts and leaps into the hallway. AJ follows, laughing. Suddenly, you're alone in the kitchen because they left you there. Empty sleeve of Oreos and some crumbs lie on the table. Darren's overstuffed backpack lies on the chair. You sit for a moment and think. You almost have it worked out. How the great brown ugly ended up in Hank's. You just need to fit all the pieces together. I'll tell you what, let's tidy up. I'm not going to go through Darren's stuff. Cleaning always helps you think. You lift the lid off the trash and throw out the Oreo wrapper. The trash is mostly empty except for the crumpled receipt. On impulse, you fish it out and smooth it. The gum covers most of the details, like what was bought and for how much, but when you try to pry it off, the paper just tears and wads up. Here's what you can read. Hank's Garage, receipt for products purchased. Dun, dun, dun. Curiouser and curiouser. I can either go through Darren's stuff, I can have a cold beer, or I think I know what happened. There's no point in going through Darren's stuff. I mean, I'm sorry, but okay, let's just do this here. I think I know what happened. AJ clearly knows she's letting on. I'm not willing to jump to conclusions. AJ and Darren are in cahoots. AJ wanted the bike gone. No. None of the above. AJ did it. Okay, fine. So, I can either keep investigating, I can pull AJ aside and talk to her. Why not? You stand in the doorway. Hey, AJ, can I talk to you? Ooh, telling secrets. Ah, come on, Unc. Toss a pillow at her. She gets up, leads you upstairs to her room. What's up? Closing the door. Tell the truth. You and Darren sold the Great Brown Ugly to Hank. Kind of hurt you didn't think enough of me to tell me the truth about the Great Brown Ugly. We're best friends, right? Let's never keep secrets. They have comic books at the library. You want to get you some? No. Okay, so let's just try this. Why not? Fine, I can't keep you from anymore. You got me. Okay, it was my fault. I did it. I got rid of the Great Brown Ugly. Okay, easy. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. But the story spills out of her quickly. After school, I rode downtown to clear my head. The stupid bike was serving all over the road. Some kids half my age, laughed at me for being such a bad rider. At the depot square, I swerved right into a light pole, got off the bike, and kicked it. I never missed red lightning more. You must have been frustrated. How did you kick it so hard that it ended up at Hank's? Yeah, I get it. You're a victim of... Okay, so you must have felt so frustrated. Yes, that's it exactly. While I was standing there in front of the bus station, I heard Darren's voice saying, "Whoa there, Tiger." And I couldn't believe it. It wasn't planned. We got talking about the Great Brown Ugly. Somehow we came with the idea of selling it. Somehow it was your idea. It was Darren's idea. What'd you do when he said no? Actually, he loved the idea. Of course. He's not a typical responsible adult. Darren handled the actual transaction. Yeah, I didn't even go in before I knew it. He was coming out whistling, counting out the money for me. AJ looks at you. Any questions? Sure. Why all the complications to get rid of a bike? Why don't you just throw it off the train tracks? I guess I'm sentimental, says AJ. I wanted the bike gone, but I didn't want it destroyed. I mean, Mom loves it so much. Why don't you just give it back to her and tell her this bike sucks? You can keep it. She wouldn't have understood. So she wouldn't have understood that, but she would understand you sold it. Yeah. She loves that dumb bike so much. She would have been so upset if I told her how much I hated it. You'd have done differently, I bet. Well, you should have told me. We should tell each other everything. You should have asked for my help. I would have helped negotiate with Hank to get more money. You should have covered your tracks better. You should have smashed the dumb thing. You shouldn't have done it at all. What's done is done. Of course, if I were going to pull off a caper like this, there's about 100 things I've done differently. Oh, you should have told me. Why not? I know, that's what I regret most. I hated keeping a secret from you. There were hundreds of times I thought, what would David and Ark do? Don't ever ask yourself, what would David and Ark do? Anyway. So, what do you do about it now that you know? AJ, please don't tell my mom. Please keep our secret. Okay. I'm not going to work out a deal here. Just here. Promise me you won't do anything. Yeah. Secret binds us together. I know, don't worry, I won't forget. Says AJ, I really owe you. You don't owe me anything. Friends do for each other. That's all. That's right, you owe me a big favor. If you want, you can be my deputy and help me solve mysteries. Yeah, friends do for each other. AJ nods, throws up, opens her arms. Come here. The two of you hug for a long moment as you step back. AJ's fingers linger on your hand. She coughs. Her face turns red. So sometime you want to, let's just ask here. You want to go on a date? Why not? Hey, look at there. And I just got the true romantic achievement. Yay, look at there. AJ's eyes widen. Okay, wow. You don't have to say yes. No, it's funny. I was going to ask you the same thing. Of course, I'll go out with you. Whoops. You feel a flutter in your stomach. Great, cool. So tomorrow, the arcade. You don't know what to do next. So you give her a quick hug and you run all the way home. Again, I have no idea. This is like, what, the 80s? I don't know. Next afternoon soars by way too fast. It's funny. You've been to the arcade with AJ a million times. Never felt like this. Everything is more intense. The lights of the game seem brighter. The soda sweeter. The pizza more delicious. Each time AJ looks at you, you feel overly warm. When she adjusts your elbow to help you with the free throw game, a tingle runs down your arm. AJ seems to feel it too. She quickly moves her hands away, blushing. AJ insists on paying for the food, but you score big at skee ball, and you win a toy for her. You manage to find a cool teddy bear and a little black t-shirt and a bandana on its head, holding a pair of drumsticks. AJ doesn't play the drums, but it reminds you of her anyway. As you walk home together in the glow of the sunset, a nagging voice in the back of your mind wonders if you really did the right thing by keeping AJ's secret. But how can it really be wrong when it's led to this? How can it be wrong when it feels so right? Anyway, AJ slips her hand into yours, and all doubts fly out of your mind. Of course, because you're in middle school, and you're in love. Oh my gosh. The disappearing tome? I don't understand. I'm very confused. Was that the end of that story? I don't understand. Okay, so no, I guess not. Okay. Wow, this is like way long. So you know what? I am going to stop here because I've been doing this for like ever. I don't even know how long I've been doing this. Let's just take a quick look. Holy crap, 45 minutes. Okay, we're going to end this here. We'll pick it up next time. Woo. All right. So, hey, if you liked the video, be sure to hit the like button. If you're not subscribing yet and you want to subscribe, I appreciate you hopping on the bandwagon here and subscribing. In the meantime, let me know if you want to know what happens to the rest of the story. We'll finish this up later. But I appreciate you hanging around for as long as we did this. I promise I will try not to make videos that are this long too often. But anywho, I appreciate you coming by, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.